Let's out over seeing a time.
Hello, I'm a happy fox, and the very something cannot see. Let me see. Hello, hello. Hey, Lando, Push Craw, Heavy Puffer, I'm a happy fox. I'm not seeing YouTube's messages. No. There it goes. It finally updated for me, but I still can't see the, I can't see the chat. Ah, now they're popping up. The everything? The everything goose. I see. Just so you know, everything goose, if you're trying to win messages, you'll have to do that on Twitch. I can't give out messages on YouTube. The platform does not allow it. It's actually my birthday today, Big 21, and I get to enjoy an Everweave stream. Nice! I'm happy to hear it. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Talon MC, for following. How am I? I'm doing well. Audio good on both. Lovely. Ah, I see. Got a couple of people on both. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling all right. I have a 2-minute ad. Yeah, that'll happen at the start of the stream. Conman is your favorite character? Nice. I enjoy Conman as well. I like that everything in Con Man's world is just ridiculous. Name something for Hmm. I was at work when you walked in on Lady Penelope professing her love to a potted plant, and I lost it laughing. Nice. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. I like it when people look like absolute maniacs to their coworkers. So good. Are you in the Discord? Am I in the Discord? Who's your favorite character you've made so far? I think my favorite is Con Man, mostly because because of the world that he's in. I like that everyone's a maniac. I really like doing the dumb voices too for everybody. So he's a lot of fun. Although I'm enjoying Harley as well. I've liked all of them. No, I don't want Alistair. I've liked all of them, but I think Con Man's been my favorite so far. The voices make it all the better, especially when you slapped Lord Ashworth and said, I challenge you to dance. Yeah. It's my DC. It's a free. Your DC. Oh, yeah. I like he puts it's a fruit immediately there. Yeah. People know what kumquats are, I'm sure. I have a snack idea. Oh no. Lucina, no. Stick to the dried fruit. You plan on doing Con Man again? Yeah, I'll be doing Con Man again. I do Con Man on Tuesdays. So that's when I normally play Con Man. Tahini, cranberry chutney, rice crackers. Okay. That seems not the worst. That seems fine. This is your first stream? Welcome. Hello, Hashin. No hello from the wife for me? You don't need one, Jarl. I prepped a Resident Evil campaign into Everweave, waiting till the update to properly play it there. It'll happen. Hello, Lucina. uh, how do you gift messages? Currently, there's no way to gift messages. We are actively working on putting that into the game, but there's currently no way. I mean, how do you do it? You can't. What do you mean? There is no way. Oh, how do I do it? How do I do it? I see. I give out codes. I have codes for the game, message codes, and you put in the code into your game. I was not understanding what your question meant. Oh, man. Your watch streak is 16. Nice. Smurf OS. That's rough, Choco. Choco, what are you doing on right now? If I'm not mistaken, isn't it like in the middle of the night for you? Don't you still have like papers to be writing or something? It's 7 a.m. Don't you have class to be getting to then? Want to see a fun fact? Study what I want. All right. Is working on a therapeutic treatment aimed at significantly extending cats' lives, potentially up to 30 years. That's cool. That is significant. I hope you like cats. Sorry to disappoint you. Specifically, dog lover. Me and cats don't get along. I have a cat, and I don't get along with him. When I married the wife, she already had a cat. You're a cat and a dog person, right, Jarl? You like both? I love all animals. I had 3 dogs, but one passed away, and the other my sis had now. That's unfortunate. Yeah, pets passing are rough. I've had a couple dogs pass. Farm animals are good animals too. I haven't had that many other pets other than dogs. But I've had my fair share of dogs. Some people would say I've had too many dogs, but those people would be wrong. Oh yeah, there's a lot more H's. Hua hua. And one stupid cat. Yeah, that's right. Get a goat, same thing as a dog, but they'll eat anything. I've had a goat. I've had a goat, a hamster, several fish. I think that's it. But I've had one goat. His name was Billy. I was gonna touch myself. Cats are too much for me. Two pug, one husky, one cat that acts like a dog. Nice. Hello, Tomble. Excuse me. Gorilla spin. Not gorilla spine. That's different. I want a spine. Do you not have one? Pushed pro. Hello, Kage. Are you a ninja again? I didn't see you like slide into Chad in a 3-piece suit or roll in. Okay, let's not with the no need to just graphically describe a horrific crime against a gorilla. Yes. Bro, can you guys hear my dog? Whatever. Ah. Kage not happy. I'm dealing Project Wide Awake and the Mutant Registration Act. Ooh. Rough. Bork, bork, woof, woof. Yeah. She's doing a good job, okay? It's her job to protect the house, and that's what she's doing. It's personal thing. Ugh. Protect you from what? From people walking in front of our house. They'll know. They'll know they're not supposed to do that. Yeah, toddlers on tricycles are terrifying. Diet Pepsi? No. This is diet caffeine free generic cola product. I'm not hitting you with any ads. You won't get a recommendation from me. Hello, Sir Harbinger. Welcome to the chat. Cool. Your promotion has been terminated. How dare you promote products in my chat? Silence my opinions, I see. I silenced the promotion. Ugh. Advertise to my chat? I don't think so. I thought that was a cool fun fact and no one noticed. People commented on your fun fact. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about like the number of senses in the body. As far as I'm aware, there's not that many. Can't have any products. I see big fan of water, keeps me alive and stuff. That's fine. You can get that for free. AI grass and Fey products. Well, you pay for that with your solo. It's fine. That's different. But you can't like really, like, I mean, I guess if you're saying like hunger is a sense, but a lot of this is just like hormone balances. I agree, proprioception is one for sure. Hello, She Builds Monsters. You did hear something about simulant grass. Would the subconscious be a sense? Well, you're not even conscious of it. How can you sense it? There's no way this could be a sense. It's subconscious. A sense brings something to your consciousness. I feel like definitionally, you know, it would have to not be a sense. Hopped on the stream to calm down. That's rough, Kage. I'm sorry things are going rough for you in your game. But I'm sure you got them. Not according to. Oh! Ugh. Nah, it's fine. Nothing. It knows nothing. $2022. Try a Bill Cipher laugh from Gravity Falls. You guys always do that. I didn't watch Gravity Falls, man. Let me see. Give me a second. What does that sound like? Okay, I really thought that this was going to be a weirder laugh, but it's like really just sort of like a generic kind of laugh, but like slightly manic. Hold on. Actually, I played it at 2x speed, so maybe it's not even that manic. Give me a second. Yeah, it's not even that manic. Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll try it. Sure. There you go. Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. A weird pyramid? He's just like the image of the pyramid with the eye, but like floating and wearing a top hat. I believe in you. And you haven't watched it. Sounds like an evil Kermit the Frog. What? All right, let me post in the Discord. We can start up. The teacher from Fairly Odd Parents, because that's what it sounds like. The laugh is extremely generic. There's like no Mr. Crocker, yeah. Yeah, there was nothing like that stood out about it. It just sounded like exactly like the voice actor was told to laugh, but slightly higher pitch. Whew. Chat not liking me neither. Either? What? Hello, Fim Seraphim. See you. Thank you. Can I return today for a refund? Plague Chaser Official, thank you so much for following. I thought you already followed. Oh, but you're... No. Yeah, no, that's right. It's the same one. On the way back from an ER visit? I hope you and the family are good. Mustang. What scares the Squid of Terror? Suntoku 2. Thank you for following. Sneezes scare me. That's rough. I sneeze loud. Middle children have that, like, that ability to constantly hurt themselves. Just like, they just like find stuff to hurt themselves with. My brother was the same way. Twin Cusrotherius has reached a 3-stream streak. Very cool. Two gross count. Okay, I'll trust you on that one. Oh man. K Lake? Man, I don't know how to say that second part. K Lake? Thank you for following. If you put a translation or a pronunciation guide in the chat, I'll do my best. I've been recognized from my old classmates for my sneezes 10 times in a row. It's kind of memorable. Kale Health. 2 names. I don't know about you, but that looks like... Okay. Oh, haked. Okay. I was like, there's no way that is what that is. There's a K there. I know there is. Okay, Kale haked. AI, what are you doing? Oh my god. I was just about to start. 5 gifted subs from AI, from Alfred Indigo. Oh. If you are in the Twitch chat right now, if you just got a sub, you can thank Alfred Indigo. Thank you so much, Alfred. Appreciate it. Oh. Also, Alfred, actually, I don't know if you know this, but it took me forever to figure out that you were 4C Parkin. I think someone else told me you were, and I was like, oh! I thought they were new. I thought they were new to the server, but you're the same person. All right. Let's get started. All right, so we have a good number of new faces, so I'll do my quick spiel at the beginning of the stream. Hello, for those who don't know me, I'm Echo. I'm the community manager of Everweave. Squid of Terror, thank you so much for following. I'm the community manager of Everweave. I started being the community manager October of last year. And oh god, Quack Crow, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Oh god, you guys are doing this again today. A treasure train? What? Sir Harbinger, thank you so much for following. You guys are being maniacs. So I started being I kind of forgot your... Yeah, I changed it pretty fast. Started being the community manager October of last year. And I started these streams shortly after. The streams are designed to get some new people into Everweave by seeing the gameplay, but also to show people who already play how I get around certain bugs, or how I get the DM to do stuff that I want, while keeping the story immersive and fun, right? I don't want to be the DM here. I just want to be able to have a good time, and sometimes recognizing the DM's limitations and figuring out how to give information without doing the DM's job is pretty difficult. And so seeing someone else do it can really give you a lot of ideas on how to how to do that. So yeah, so there's something here for everyone, and of course at the end of the streams we do trivia. If you answer first and correctly on Twitch, I'll send you a message code for 50 messages. I usually do like 10 to 15. You can get one per stream. Yeah, and today we are playing Harley. They are a sort of homebrew race. We're using Orc as a base, but they are a mutant, living in modern day DC, but in a mutant alternate universe, right? So mutants exist, X-Men style, and so we're sort of dealing with the political and national ramifications of having a separate group of people that is powered, but also sort of like looked down upon. Yeah, this has definitely been one of the most sort of more mature themed games that we play. But yeah, so we'll get started here in a second. Just gonna catch up on chat and then we'll get going. Also, if you're new to the stream, this is a snack stream. All right, we're gonna get off topic. We're gonna talk about things that aren't the game. We're gonna sort of wander around. We talk a lot about food. I'll tell you, get snacks all the time. Yeah, we do a lot of chatting. So, you know, if that's not 100% for you, feel free to just have us on in the background as noise. I know several people do while they're working. But yeah. If you want to join in the chat, just I'm always trying to keep up with what everyone's saying, so feel free. Hello, Maru, welcome. Lenino, hello. Yeah. Wait, he's a mutant and he's adopting children. Gasp! He's going to be Professor X. No, we're not doing. I'm not adopting all the children. Okay, we're not adopting all. It's not happening. Some of them have family. I think all 3 of them had, or all 6 of them had families. So we don't got to do that. Rebellion leader, thank you so much for following. To be honest, the first stream I joined, I'm excited. I'll be eating while listening. Nice. Snacks are definitely the way to go. Everyone, feel free to share your snacks. You know how we do. Chili Thread, welcome. I am the Rick. Welcome and thank you for following. All right. I had a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie a little earlier. That was my snack. Nice. Thank you so much for subscribing with your Prime, Rebellion Leader. I appreciate it. I think Twitch hasn't even caught up yet. There we go. All right. Let's get started. What is happening? Sorry. Linux things are happening. All right, here we go. All right. Let's file out. As you step out, give me your name, your power, and if you have a family, I can return you to. Your command, though gruff, carries an undeniable authority. Cutting through the lingering tension in the office, the mutants in the now breached cage slowly begin to shuffle out, their movements hesitant. like creatures emerging from a long hibernation. As they step into the flickering light, they each offer their information, their voices ranging from timid whispers to slightly more confident pronouncements. First out is a lanky young man with skin that shimmers faintly with iridescent scales. My name's David, he says, his voice soft. I can, change my skin to match whatever's behind me, like a chameleon. My mom's still in the city, I think. Next, a girl with hair that glows with a faint, warm light steps forward. I'm Sophia, she whispers, her eyes wide. My power? I can make small lights, and sometimes they feel warm. My abuela, she lives in Silver Spring. A third, a solemn-faced boy follows a solemn-faced boy follows, delicate moth-like wings trembling slightly on his back. My name is Hiroshi. I can glide a bit with these? He gestures to his wings. My uncle, he's in Georgetown. I'll lead them all out and meet up with Maria. I'll silently have them follow me as we head to a locally owned and operated ice cream parlor. You have to support local business. Go ahead, everyone, pick something. So Maria is a young mutant I found stashed away inside a dumpster. For any of those who weren't here for the first session, a bunch of people dumped her in there. And a challenge from the chat was that I had to adopt her. So Maria is now with me. They're following me around. They don't have a family, so now they're following me around. I have to deal with that. But we went and saved all their friends who were also being sort of kidnapped and taken away. But they all have families. But I also got a challenge that I had to take them all out for ice cream. I'm a sucker for a little mothy character. You lead the rescued mutants, a timid procession of shimmering scales, glowing hair, and fluttering wings down the rickety stairs and out of the industrial gloom of the mill. Maria, who had been anxiously awaiting you by the entrance, rushes to your side, her face a mixture of relief and awe at the sight of the newly freed captives. With a silent gesture, you indicate for everyone to follow. The chill night air invigorates the group as you guide them through the urban maze. After a brisk walk through dimly lit streets, you arrive at a brightly lit, cheerfully painted storefront. The warm glow emanating from within, coupled with the scent of sugar and cream, instantly creates a stark contrast to the grim reality they just escaped. You push open the doors to Scoops Ahoy, a locally owned ice cream parlor. Its interior warm and inviting with polished wooden floors and a counter laden with colorful treats. An ice cream parlor would for sure be cold, but I get the idea. The young mutants, their eyes still wide with the aftermath of their ordeal, gaze at the vibrant display of ice cream flavors with a mixture of wonder and bewilderment. Go ahead, everyone, you announce, your voice softer now. Pick something. The words, simple yet profound, offer a moment of normalcy and comfort in their chaotic night. Welcome, C Paladin, to the chat. Embrace the mentor/child relationship. Nah, I'm like Wolverine, you know? I'm not really into it. I might reluctantly do it when pushed into it. Hello, Chocolate Moose. Cardaloon, welcome. That's right. I've only known Hiroshi 5 minutes and I love him already. Sounds like the X-Men's B team, yeah. You sound like my old math teacher. Sorry, that's. Oh, oh man, that's just like. It doesn't sound like it could be anything but an insult. There's like nothing necessarily bad about it, but it just seems like something someone would say as an insult. Oh man. Uh. But I headcanon Hiroshi as like people as poodle moth features, extra fluffy and cute. She builds monsters. Oh my god. Favorite ice cream? I love a good Rocky Road. But I like Rocky Road and then I throw in additional nuts. So that's me. I like pecans in there, almonds. I want give me peanuts, give me hazelnuts, anything, all the nuts. Throw them in there, and I like that as Rocky Road. Please tell C Paladin on YouTube I said hi. Is Turtle Tracks. Nice. Mango ice cream seems fine. Mint chocolate chip is great. Caramel praline. Cherry Garcia. Cookie dough. Yeah. Yeah, I like chocolate. I like coffee too. Just like a plain coffee ice cream, also great. Cookie Monster, cookies and cream, butter pecan. Butter pecan's nice. Black raspberries, cookies and cream. So many things. Me and my grandma made pistachio ice cream and it's amazing. Nice. Pretzels and hot fudge. It's the only one that doesn't ruin my processor. You settle onto a sturdy booth seat, the soft vinyl a welcome change from cold pavement, watching the bewildered yet delighted expressions on the children's faces as they hesitantly choose their ice cream. Maria, with a swirl of mint chocolate chip, sits beside you, while David, Sophia, Hiroshi, cones in hand, find seats around a nearby table. The saccharine sweetness of the parlor contrasts sharply with the grim reality you've just pulled them from. After a few moments of blissful silence broken only by the gentle clinking of spoons against bowls, you pose your questions. What happened? How were you all captured? How long have you been missing? David, still slowly licking his rainbow sherbet, is the first to speak, his voice gaining a little more strength with each lick. They came for me at night. They just grabbed me off the street near my home. I tried to use my ability, but they had some kind of net. It made me feel really weak. He shivers. Been a couple of days. Oh, sorry. Been a couple of days, I think, Sophia adds. They got me from the park. They were dressed like regular people, but then they just grabbed me. They tied us up and threw us in a van, just like Maria said. I've been there since yesterday morning. Hiroshi nods in agreement, his wings drooping slightly. Same for me. They knew what we could do. It was like they were looking for us specifically. The way this was written made it so hard to tell who was speaking. I think I got it though. Yeah, okay. So they somehow like knew a list of people that were mutants. Coffee ice cream drizzle with espresso. Whoa. Look, I'm all for coffee ice cream, okay? But don't bring coffee into this. I hate coffee. Really enjoying Everweave. It's a lot of fun. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. They pick some random powered kids. Yeah. I'm not sure they knew what their powers were, but I think they knew that they were mutants. Like there may be some sort of mutant list. Not gonna lie, tea is better. Tea is also bad. I don't want tea or coffee. Don't like them. It's fine. They're just not for me. I just like the taste of both. I like coffee flavored stuff, but I don't actually like coffee. Coffee's too bitter. Hello, Sailor Planetos. I love leaf water. Same coffee flavor, not coffee. Yeah. But coffee is coffee flavored? Yeah, the flavor is great. It's just too bitter. My love, most of these people don't know what an ice cap is. They don't have Tim Hortons. I think it's like 97% of the audience is United States. Flavor creamer and sugar do wonders to coffee. I don't want to add a bunch of sugar and creamer to it. I know that's what ice cream is, that but frozen. But then I'm getting ice cream. I don't want a dessert for breakfast. It's also still too bitter. I don't do coffee, period. Choco milk. That's why he's chocoed. Black with local honey. That's cool. Gotta support local business. So you don't like affogatos then? Nah, I don't eat affogatos. It took me a second to figure out what I would say for that, eat or drink, but I think it's pretty firmly eat. It's an acquired bitter. Yeah, there's some bitters I like. I like a really medicinal type of bitter. I really don't like that like coffee or like extremely dark chocolate bitter. A little bit of dark chocolate, that's okay. That's like my level. Like 80% dark chocolate. That like past that is like starting to get too much for me. Yeah, I don't like licorice either. Yeah, I do like most medicine bitterness, and I do uh I like fruit bitterness. Also like acid. I like sour. All right. Da, 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 da. Hello, Turtle Storm. Turtle Storm 520. Something about your name reminds me of like headphones from when I was playing Call of Duty. Why? Why is that the case? Ah, ads just showed up. What? Isn't there Turtle Beach? Yeah, that's what it is. I thought of it just as Talon MC sent it. It's not what I meant. Their name is Turtle Storm, but it does remind me of headphones. I was like every time I read their name, I think of headphones, and I was like, why is it? Yeah, now they're super cheap. Yeah, I think it's even having like the numbers after it was also a thing. We got ads for the free users right now, so it's we're on pause for a moment. Feel free to take a bathroom break. Go get a drink. Oh, could you bring me a snack? The apple turnover. Love you.
Oh, I was gonna bring you the whole box.
Cool. You don't want to open it? That's fine. You can bring me the box. No. I'm not having it with ice cream. I got to stream. If I ate ice cream right now, we would not have a stream very soon. Stream would be over very quickly. No, thank you. All right, ads are almost over. Thank you, Malou.
Welcome.
So can we give these kids superhero names? We're not adopting the kids. They have families. I take a second to think about how they could have gathered all the kids at once in such a targeted manner. Maybe they had some sort of hit list and they were about to ship the. Maybe they had some sort of hit list. And they were about to ship the kids. But where? DM, do I know of any underground operations with mutant trafficking or experimentation? Is this common or very rare? You chew on the information, the sweetness of the ice cream parlor doing little to mask the bitter taste of the collector's actions. This isn't just random street crime. It's organized, targeted. A hit list makes grim sense, a way to pinpoint specific abilities they desire, and the speed with which they were operating suggests that they were preparing for a large-scale transfer. Underground operations involving mutant trafficking and experimentations are, unfortunately, a growing and insidious cancer in the city. While not openly discussed in daily news or polite society. Alfred Indigo, thank you so much for gifting a subscription to Carwile. While not openly discussed in the daily news or polite society, whispers and fears circulate constantly. With the mutants community and those who operate in the shadows, the collectors specifically are a relatively new but rapidly escalating threat. They aren't the only ones, but they've gained a chilling efficiency in their abductions. Most believe their captives are either sold to wealthy, morally bankrupt individuals seeking exotic servants, or sold for their unique genetic material to shadowy organizations eager to weaponize or replicate mutant abilities. True, overt experimentation facilities are rare and heavily guarded, but the fear of them is very real. This kind of exploitation is a dark reflection of the city's volatile political climate regarding mutants, a growing undercurrent of prejudice that allows such horrors to fester. The common belief is that the collectors move their cargo out of the city as quickly as possible, usually via covert transport to less regulated territories or hidden facilities far from public scrutiny. Persuasive kidnapping. How much do you know about your Patreon that the character follows? Oh, patron? Me? My character? My character doesn't have a patron. They're Paladin. Nice. An unexpected snack is the best snack. Mint chip, not my favorite, but I'm not complaining. Mint chip's good. I will take the kids back to their respective homes. Then I need to figure out what to do with Maria. After the rest are dropped off, I'll have a talk with her. We need to figure some stuff out. With a plan solidifying in your mind, you gather the remaining children. The ice cream parlor, a temporary haven, now serves its purpose of offering a brief respite before the next daunting task, returning them home. The night is still young, and the city streets are a labyrinth of flickering lights and echoing sounds as you escort them. You first lead David, the boy with the shimmering scales, to a modest apartment building in southwest DC. His mother, a tired but kind-faced woman, opens the door, her eyes widening in disbelief, then flooding with tears as she clutches her son to her chest. TurtleDuck82, thank you so much for following. She thanks you profusely, her voice thick with emotion, as David burrows into her embrace. Next, you guide Sophia through the quiet, tree-lined streets of a residential neighborhood. Her abuela, a tiny woman with a formidable presence, answers the door. Her initial shock quickly turns into a fierce, protective joy as she pulls Sophia inside, offering you a sharp nod of gratitude that speaks volumes. Finally, Hiroshi, the boy with the delicate wings, is dropped off in Georgetown. His uncle, a stern but relieved man, bows deeply in appreciation, pulling the boy into the safety of his home. As the last child is safely returned, a profound quiet settles between you and Maria. The city hums around you, but the weight of her uncertain future is palpable. You find a quiet, unlit park bench. Why unlit? It's metal cold beneath you, and sit. Maria sits beside you, her small form almost lost in the vastness of the city night. We need to figure some stuff out, you state, your voice a low rumble, the words hanging heavy in the cool air. Don't mess with Abuela. That's right. I think I'll miss you most of all, Hiroshi. Chunk lesson, no joke. Maru, what are you talking about? Chocolate chips sometimes hurt my teeth. That's why I prefer others like chocolate, but it's still good. I agree that the chocolate chunks can sometimes be too sweet, but you don't like strawberries in your strawberry ice cream? I have no clue why everyone got obsessed with Hiroshi. Is this like a name of some character in like a recently popular show or something? Because cute mop? That's it? Alright. I know what they look like. I think, I think they look cool. I was quoting Wizard of Oz, but I love little moth things. Never been able to find strawberry ice cream without the strawberries? You're looking in the wrong places, Maru. You're I don't know, you might be going to grocery stores that are too fancy. You gotta get that cheap stuff. They only use strawberry flavoring. Yeah. Yeah, Neapolitan. That's true. But then you have like 2/3 of stuff that you don't want. Can you guys hear the stupid little guy that just jumped on me? What are you doing, Karma? Move. Why? Why are you doing this? Yes. Come on, buddy. You gotta go. I gotta type there, my guy. There's no stream if I can't type, Karma. You're not even laying down. You're just standing awkwardly in front of me. Hello, LTGO. Thank you so much for following. I'm sorry there's no stream because there's a cat blocking the keyboard. Goodbye. Lovely. Okay. That's not true. I pick him up and throw him around the house all the time. If he's in my way, he will get thrown somewhere else. He wasn't even sitting on the keyboard. He was sitting on my stomach, but not sitting. He was standing and just blocking the keyboard. Probably why he keeps claiming your stuff. He doesn't get on my desk. He knows if he gets on my desk, he gets thrown off. But if he jumps on my lap, I'll like leave him there. He gets on my wife's desk. He blocks her screen and all sorts of stuff, and she just deals with it. But he doesn't do that to my desk. You just gotta keep throwing them off. You gotta be consistent with it. They'll eventually learn. I even taught him tricks. I taught him how to sit, how to lay, how to shake. You ever see a cat shake before? It looks dumb. He looks real dumb doing it. But he can do it. He's an orange tabby. No human being will throw the cat overlords around. Yeah. Dumb boy? Yes. Very dumb boy. But highly food motivated. Which means if something is motivated by food, I can train it. Guaranteed. And which is what I did. He's not chunky. He's very lean. Inertia. I wouldn't be much better than the collectors if I just took you with me. I know you said your parents are gone, but I can't just take a kid off the street and keep them in my apartment. She falls asleep when she watches you eat. That's fine. Maria listens intently, her green skin appearing almost translucent under the dim streetlights. I thought it was an unlit park bench. Now there's streetlights? Keep your story together, DM. Her gaze drops to her hands clasped tightly in her lap. The hope that had briefly brightened her features after escaping the mill now flickers, threatening to extinguish entirely. A long moment of silence stretches between you, punctuated only by the distant city sounds. I get it, Steve, she finally says, her voice barely a whisper, determination replacing her earlier fear. Oh, sorry. Her voice barely a whisper, thick with resignation. She looks up, her yellow eyes meeting yours, a newfound, stark determination replacing the earlier fear. But I can't go back to what I was before. Living on the streets, always looking over my shoulder. They'll find me again. The collectors, or worse. I won't be a burden, I promise. I need a purpose, something to fight for, like you. She gestures vaguely at your imposing frame. I'm not completely useless. My power, it lets me sense things, energies, people. I can feel them. I played trivia in my contemporary Chicago Everweave campaign, and it was throwing out questions that are current, not just up through 2022. Really? It's possible it's updated, but as of knowledge that I had like 2 months ago, the limit was 2022. Sorry, Harley. Looks like you're dead now. Don't break her family heart. Looks like we need to give them a superhero name. Her name could be Sidecar. No. Hey, that's supposed to be Ohana. Ohan. Was asking trivia about movies that came out in 2025 and albums that came out this year. I was real surprised. She Builds Monsters. If you could, if it wouldn't be too much of a problem, could you DM those to me on Discord? Proximity detector. It's motorcycle. It's not a question of useful. It's a question of legal. That would be kidnapping, and we have to figure something out. I break the law, sure, but kidnapping isn't something I'm cool with. So we gotta find some office or something to deal with this. At minimum, you could apply for your emancipation. You listen to Maria's plea, the weight of her desperation heavy in the quiet park. Your gaze remains stern, but a flicker of something unreadable crosses your features. It's not a question of useful. You reiterate, your voice firm. It's a question of legal. That would be kidnapping. We have to figure something out. I break the law, sure, but kidnapping isn't something I'm cool with. We gotta find some office or something to deal with this. At minimum, you could apply for your emancipation. Maria's shoulders slump slightly, but her eyes, still fixed on you, retain their spark of defiance. Emancipation? I don't even know where to start with that, she murmurs. Then her gaze becomes more intense. But my power, sensing energies. What if I could help find other mutants before the collectors do? What if I could find their hideouts? Like a warning system. The idea seems to give her a renewed surge of purpose, her green skin faintly prickling with an almost imperceptible energy. There has to be some organization that helps mutants like us, right? Someone who would understand? Yeah, she's trying to find Professor X. But I ain't him. Call her training wheels. You guys are ridiculous. Officially adopt her legally by signing adoption papers? Jesus, Choco. That might be hard. We'll see. Forge your signature. You rise from the park bench, the conversation concluded, at least for now. All right, follow me, you state, your voice cutting through the lingering doubts. Maria, despite her earlier dejection, springs to her feet, a renewed sense of purpose in her step, her eyes fixed on your broad back. Stop talking about my broad back. That's the second time the DM has done that. You navigate the maze of the city streets, the late night quiet, occasionally broken by the distant wail of a siren or the rumble of a late night bus. After a considerable walk, you stop before a squat, uninviting building of faded brick and dull institutional windows. A small, almost illegible sign above the heavy bolted door identifies it as a Department of Social Services office. The lights within are dim but faint, almost sickly glow suggests it's still there. The lights within are dim, but a faint, almost sickly glow suggests, someone is still there. You push open the heavy door, the sound echoing in the sterile, deserted lobby. The air inside is still and cool, smelling faintly of old paper and disinfectant. Fluorescent lights hum overhead, casting long, distorted shadows. The reception desk is empty, but a faint light spills from a partially open door further down a silent corridor. Harley got back. Bro, you cannot let that poor girl down, man. I'm not trying to let her down, all right? I'm trying to be realistic. I can't just bring her back to my apartment, okay? We can all agree that you should not bring children you find in dumpsters back to your apartment without going through some sort of legal process. I think we can all agree on that, okay? That's all I'm saying. Isn't that what Professor X does? I think he has like a contract or something with the government. You're right. Leave them in the dumpster. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to leave them in the dumpster. Dumpster for cookies. No. You push the partially open door wide with a resounding thud. As it hits the wall, striding into the office. Hello? I need some assistance here. You boom, your voice filling the quiet space. Behind a cluttered desk beneath the harsh glare of a single desk lamp, a woman with tired eyes and a rapidly thinning bun of her hair practically leaps out of her chair. Her glasses perched precariously on her nose almost fall off as she gasps, her hand flying to her chest. She's dressed in a sensible but rumpled cardigan, surrounded by stacks of files and half-empty coffee cups. Her gaze, wide with shock, travels from your imposing blue form to your tusks to the young green-skinned Maria peeking from behind you. Good heavens! She stammers, her voice a reedy whisper. Who are you? And what on earth are you doing barging in here at this hour? Let the kid stay in your garage like a lost puppy. Totally legal. Hey, the garage door was just open, okay? Well, too bad I have an apartment. No garage. Can't do it. It's not kidnapping if they choose to stay. I don't think that's true. Operation Training Wheels is a go. Just means you have no say if she decides to squat in the laundry room. You gesture vaguely at Maria, who, despite your clumsy attempt to push her back, remains steadfastly behind you, her eyes wide with a mixture of apprehension and hope. It took everything I said out of order. I'm going to read my original message, because I think the way I ordered it is slightly funny. And I don't like that the DM reorganized how I said it. Hey, I found this kid, and they don't have a family. They are... I show a vain attempt at pushing the girl away. Kind of attached. So what do I gotta do so that I'm not kidnapping her? You gesture vaguely at Maria, who, despite your clumsy attempt to push her back, remains steadfastly behind you, her eyes wide with a mixture of apprehension and hope. Hey, you begin, your voice deep, booming slightly in the quiet office. I found this kid, and they don't have a family. They are, you attempt to rather unconvincingly half shove, half pat towards Maria, who suddenly leans away from your hand but doesn't budge. Kind of attached. So what do I gotta do so that I'm not kidnapping her? You know what? It did better than I thought. It did mention it at the beginning, but then it reiterated it in the middle, so it's fine. The woman behind the desk blinks rapidly, pushing her glasses further up her nose as if to clear her vision. Her initial shock gives way to a flicker of professional exasperation, quickly followed by a heavy sigh. She eyes Maria, then you, then the shattered door you presumably left in your wake. Kidnapping? She mutters, rubbing her temples. Right. Well, first, sir, I am Miss Albright, and this office is closed. You can't just barge in here. Secondly, this isn't exactly how the system works. We don't just fill out a form to avoid kidnapping charges, especially not at, she checks the small desk clock, 2 in the morning. For a minor, especially one who appears to be a mutant, we would need to establish legal guardianship, or place her in a temporary foster home, or locate the next of kin. It's a process, a long one, and it certainly doesn't involve someone of your unique appearance bursting in and demanding answers. She eyes your tusks warily. Dang! I think I just got racially profiled. That's rough. Make her an offer she can't refuse. Throw Maria at her and run. You call her basket case? Oh, God. I know, she didn't need to be rude like that. I'm trying to be reasonable here. Is it time for pizza? I don't think it's time for pizza. I don't think this lady wants any pizza. Who knew there was a bunch of bureaucratic red tape and adopting a lost mutant child. Who could have figured that out? Who would have thought that? Who'd have thunk it? Ooh. I didn't even try to do an intimidation. The DM just thought what I was doing was intimidating. Apply for... While you await the adoption papers. Oh, man. This was going to be an anti-hero story. And now this is a story about the sort of, like, bureaucratic process if you don't happen to be, like... If you happen to be a minority. Oh, hi there. Anti-heroes are the best heroes. Thank you, little mousies. Little mousies, thank you for following. Spymaster 1019795. Thank you for following. It looked like it was going to be like a year or something. Like a date. But it wasn't. The mean lady wants a knuckle sandwich? I don't think so. I don't think I should be punching, like, social workers in the mouth. I just don't think that that's... I don't think that aligns with our values. Love Everweave, by the way. That's great to hear. I'm happy to hear it. Anti-heroes taking a kid in is a great trope. Yes, except now it's only about the kid. We're not even an anti-hero anymore. We're just doing adoption. My appearance. What does my appearance have to do with anything? Look, the kid is going to follow me. So unless you start typing on that computer of yours for some solution, then we're both going to have a problem. So let's get to work. I'll put 2 chairs together to sit in. For my wide back. You glare at Miss Albright, your imposing stature and stern words hanging heavy in the sterile office air. You pull 2 office chairs together with a scrape, making a makeshift seat that groans under your weight, and settle in, expecting her immediate compliance. Miss Albright, however, simply stares back, her hands clasped tightly on her desk. Why is she... I think she meant your appearance has everything to do with it, sir, she retorts, her voice now firmer, though still trembling slightly. Especially when combined with your method of entry and your demands. I understand you are concerned about the child, but I'm an officer of the city. I cannot and will not simply type on my computer to facilitate what amounts to a late-night unregistered transfer of a minor mutant or otherwise. This is a secure facility, and you have, quite frankly, broken in. I'm calling security. Her hand reaches for a landline phone on her desk, her gaze unwavering. Maria shrinks further behind you, sensing the escalating tension. You pictured him. A dirty 20. There needs to be a rusty pipe somewhere for Harley. An old muffler. Well, security gets knuckle sandwiches. For sure. If you're working in security, you signed up to get punched in the face. Like, as a part of the job. That's like a thing that you were like, I understand that that can happen. I'm doing the job anyways. So, while I say you shouldn't punch security officers in the face for no reason, of the people to punch in the face, they would be higher on the list. Hey! Not all of us. Did you not go in with the expectation that at some point you could possibly get hit in the face? Because I tell you what, like a barista or a social security worker, that was not their expectation when they signed up for their work contract. But I feel like in security, that's like part of the job is you understand you're assuming some risk. Yeah, she does seem very sort of Karen-esque. There you go. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that like you're more ready to get hit in the face than other people. And that makes it more okay to punch you in the face. It's not okay. It's just more okay. Look, Miss Albright, the front door was open and your office was open. The signs are all worn away by weather. So how could anyone know you're closed? Also, this girl here needs a place to be now, not later. And she seems determined for that place to be wherever I'm at. Ask her yourself. I'm just trying to be a responsible citizen. Don't make this difficult. I'm asking to do whatever the process is. I think we're more likely than cops to get hit. I agree. King's Quest steal a hyena on an exotic animal pet shop. Why? Why do that? I don't think I will do that. If something happens, call the police. Hello, Tate Upholstery. You lean forward, your expression shifting from stern to a more reasoned, if still imposing one. Look, Miss Albright, you state, your voice taking on a persuasive rumble. The front door was open and your office was open. Your signs are all worn away by weather. How could anyone know you're closed? Also, the girl needs a place to stay, a place to be now, not later. And she seems determined for that place to be wherever I'm at. Ask her yourself. I'm just trying to be a responsible citizen. Don't make this difficult. I'm asking to do whatever the process is. Miss Albright pauses, her hand hovering over the phone. She looks from your earnest, if slightly intimidating, face to Maria, who nods empathetically from behind you. A long, exasperated sigh escapes her, and she slowly pulls her hand back from the receiver. The anger drains from her face, replaced by a profound weariness. All right, she mutters, rubbing her temples again. A responsible citizen, you say? Fine. She glances at Maria. Is what he says true, young lady? Are you truly wish to stay with Mr. Kinetic? This is that issue that people have where, like, they know information that they otherwise shouldn't know. We'll deal with it. Maria nods again, more firmly this time. Miss Albright sighs once more, a sound that could peel paint. The process, as you so forcefully put it, involves a temporary placement order. Typically, given the hour and your unique situation, this will be highly irregular. But I suppose calling security will only make things messier. She pulls a form from a drawer, her fingers flying over the keyboard. Let's see what we can do, but understand, Mr. Kinetic, this is very provisional. All right. I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes NPCs know stuff that they shouldn't, so I'll inform the DM that people shouldn't, like, know me openly. Like, I shouldn't be known to random strangers. The DM assumes that you're, like, a hero, and so everyone knows, like, basically your backstory. And so, and, like, all the information of the stuff that, like, just happened. You have to, like, tell it specifically that that sort of stuff shouldn't be known by everyone. Okay. Sure. Whatever needs to be done. DM, just so you know, NPCs shouldn't know stuff about Steve Kinetic or Harley. We aren't really very famous yet outside of the underground. In addition, if people did know me, they would know me as Harley, my hero identity, and not as Steve. Thanks for understanding, and please have NPCs respond appropriately in the future. How do you know my name? You nod, leaning back in the makeshift chair. Sure, whatever needs to be done. Miss Albright, her initial fear now entirely replaced by a deep-seated resignation, lets out a weary sigh. She eyes your oppressive form and then young Maria, still peering out cautiously from behind you. Very well, she mutters, her fingers already flying across the keyboard, bringing up various forms and databases. This is going to be a long night for all of us. Given the circumstances and the unique nature of the situation, she gestures vaguely towards Maria's green skin and your own blue hue. I can initiate a temporary emergency placement order. It's provisional, meaning we'll need to follow up with a full investigation and official procedures starting first thing in the morning. She looks up, meeting your gaze. I'm making a lot of exceptions here, sir. A lot of exceptions. God, I hate the way she talks. She's admiring your wide back. From the front? Really is wide. She has spies watching your every move. No. So, like, since Harley has a kid now, are we gonna have a no kill rule? I think we're gonna sort of figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like Harley's not gonna change instantly. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be. I think he struggles. I think he struggles with. He wasn't planning on being an adoptive father. He's just talking like everyone knows her. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to tell the DM that people shouldn't know stuff about your character. I totally missed the entire stream. We still got more stream to go. We got like 30 more minutes. Stream is fighting me. This lady is seriously not a good social worker. They're not supposed to be nasty like this. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I think I applied for legal guardianship. I think we're doing that. That's happening. So I officially did that. I did not officially adopt her legally by signing adoption papers. That has not happened yet. Oh, ads are in progress. We take a quick break. Everyone use the bathroom. Go get a drink. Refill your snacks. Oh. Oh. In the meantime, why don't you guys tell me, like, you're like coming home from work or from school. It's like Wednesday and you just got to like make some food. And you don't want to run to the store or anything. You just got the stuff that's like in your house. What's the thing that you're like making? What's your like go-to? What are you whipping together for yourself in the middle of the week? Soup? Just like any old soup? You just throw some like stock and whatever vegetables you got into there? Big old bowl of sleep? That's rough. Whatever kind of soup I have. PBJ or tortilla with cheese. Put it in the microwave for a few minutes. Quesadillas or some kind of pasta dish. Homebrew chili? That's a lot of beans you gotta have on hand. I guess not necessarily. If you don't like beans in your chili. Beans are the point of chili for me though. Quesadilla. Lots of quesadillas. Guess your subscription ran out. Yeah, unfortunate. Whatever my wife cooks. Apples, cheese, and crackers. Nice. Depends on what meat is on sale. Yeah. Pasta or Spanish tortilla. What's a Spanish tortilla? Yeah, I like making Mexican rice. And then I'll have that with some refried beans. And if I got ground meat, then I'll make it sort of like a Mexican dirty rice. It's basically a potato and onion omelet? What? Quesadillas are literally just tortillas and cheese and whatever you have. Change it up. Potato and onion. Spanish tortilla is a potato and onion omelet? What? Sometimes I just have peanut butter toast if I'm really beat. Okay, ads are over. We're back to it. Because in Spain, tortilla isn't a wrap? What are you talking about? Cardaloon, what are you saying? Is the thing that you're saying real? Are you trolling people? Okay, it's a real thing. I cannot figure out why it's called tortilla, though. In Spain, the country, tortilla is a very common food, and it's an omelet with potatoes and onions. Why, though? Why is it that? What could possibly be the reason for that? It kind of looks like a quiche. Yeah, what? Yeah, what? Corn is a new world crop. Corn tortillas aren't Spanish. Well, sure, yeah. I get why Spain wouldn't have tortillas at all. But like, why do they have a dish called tortillas? That must mean that the word means something. It means small cake? Tort? Tort? Torti? Tortilla. I don't know. I have no idea. It's made from potato. Yes, they did. Mayans made it. Correct? Everweave is just an excuse to talk about food for... That's right. All right, I get it. I'm not stoked either, all right? I'm just trying not to abandon the kid. So what do we gotta do? Miss Albright pushes her glasses up to her nose, her fingers already dancing across the keyboard, bringing up various digital forms. Right. She sighs, a long, suffering sound. What we gotta do is establish a temporary emergency placement. That means I need your full legal name, an address, and contact number. Mr. Kinetic. She emphasizes your last name, a clear sign she's processing the official paperwork. For the record, this will be a temporary foster placement. There will be a follow-up investigation first thing in the morning by Child Protective Services. They'll assess your suitability, interview Maria, and determine the next steps. This isn't a permanent solution, Mr. Kinetic. It's a stopgap. Understand? She prints a few sheets of paper, her movements precise despite her obvious exhaustion. And Maria, dear, we'll need some basic information from you as well. For your intake forms, your date of birth, where you were living previously, and any known relatives. Miss Albright gestures towards a chair for Maria, already preparing for the bureaucratic marathon ahead. Although I did see Cardaloon that whether to include onions or not include onions is actually a big debate. It's like both sides talk about it like it's 100% the case, but with onions or without onions is like a huge deal. Both sides agree potato and egg for sure, but onions is like pretty divisive. This woman is annoying. She is annoying. Onions, a must. We don't recognize the non-onion tribe. We should introduce her to Alistair so they can annoy each other and leave your character alone. Yeah, for sure. Why are you so aggressive? Sure, it's temporary. I get it. Aren't social workers supposed to be nice? I already said I'm not trying to kidnap the kid. What do you want? I'll give her whatever info she needs. Miss Albright stops typing for a moment, her fingers hovering over the keys. She pushes her glasses up to her nose and fixes you with a stare that is less fearful and more utterly exhausted. Aggressive, Mr. Kinetic? She asks, her voice low and tight. I am a single social worker working alone at 2 in the morning in a building that has been, by your own admission, left insecure. A 7-foot-tall, blue-skinned man with tusks just bursts into my office, demanding I help him avoid a kidnapping charge for a green-skinned minor who appears to be a mutant, whose abduction by a shadowy organization I'm sure will make headlines eventually. And you ask me why I'm aggressive? I'm not aggressive, Mr. Kinetic. I'm tired. And I'm trying to do my job under frankly insane circumstances. She takes a shaky breath, then gestures impatiently. Now, the information, if you please. Full name, address, contact. You provide the details, Maria offering her own information to Miss Albright, who types it all into the system with practice speed, her expression a mask of professional neutrality once more. I'm gonna keep bothering this lady. She's annoying. Naganomicon gave out 10 community gift subs. What are you doing? Yes, thank you so much. What? Why did you do that? What happened? Oh my god, the screen's dying. I said I gave her a bunch of details. We can assume we've been talking for a while now, at least. This one, she gets to know what's going on. I'm trying to inform her, like, why I would be adopting her in the first place. This is fine. I'm not worried about that one. She must be overworked and below minimum wage. She can't be below minimum wage. She works for the city. She has to be getting paid more than minimum wage. Or at least minimum wage. They have to follow the laws. Jesus. Had to say hi? Well, hi. That was a very dramatic hi. Thank you very much. I feel like social workers are always written poorly in superhero genre stuff. I agree. They do seem to be like either incompetent or like overly aggressive. Like, it's a stressful situation. And like, you're not helping the kid or anyone involved by being like really aggressive. The social worker on my case as a kid was negligent. Definitely a villain, bro. Social workers, more like... Not sure where I was going with this, to be honest. Didn't you learn in school that you shouldn't judge people by their skin color? Also, yeah, I'm here. Would you rather me just have taken her home? And you think you're tired? I just returned 6 more just like this one here to their homes tonight. It's been a day. So maybe we can stop being so passive aggressive and work together for Maria's sake. Miss Albright fingers pause mid-type, her head snapping up at your words, her eyes, magnified by her thick glasses, widen slightly at the mention of 6 more. The weariness etched on her face deepens. I'm a happy fox, thank you so much. Absolutely flexing on everyone else in the chat, has spent 5,000 channel points to say everyone else is a plebeian and she is wealthy with channel points. Ceramus Arandis says, not I. I too am filthy rich with channel points. I am also flexing on everybody. Showcode will not be outdone. Also flexing on everybody. Says, I've been here for a while. We got 3 people flexing on each other, flexing on everyone else. Thank you guys so much. Making sure everybody knows exactly where their place in the chat is. They aren't rich anymore. Double flicks. All right. They're rich in friendship. The weariness etched on her face deepens, but it is now laced with something akin to horrified comprehension. She pauses away from her desk, leaning back in her chair as if suddenly needing distance from the enormity of what you're implying. 6 more? She repeats, her voice barely above a whisper. Her gaze flickers from you to Maria, a new, graver understanding dawning. I wasn't judging by skin color, Mr. Kinetic. I was reacting to a deeply irregular late-night intrusion. But 6 more children? Abducted? The passive-aggressive edge in her voice dissipates, replaced by a raw, professional concern. She runs a hand through her already disheveled hair. Right. Okay. You're right. My apologies. This is significantly more serious than I initially understood. Let's focus on Maria. And then we need to talk about those other 6. She gestures almost automatically towards the stack of paperwork on her desk, as if envisioning the mountain of new cases. Y'all better stretch after all that flexing. Biding my time. If this were my character, I would whisper to the girl if she glares at me one more time. I'm throwing her out the window. Someone needs a defenestration, am I correct? You get me, child, don't you? She probably thinks you're grooming these kids. You and Jake Snake both at the same time. Biding my time. I'm saving up. Oh. Okay, we got one more reply, and then we'll go to trivia. Just in time, too. I am starting to get a headache. Or echo, something's always hurting. I hope you feel better soon. You know, that happens. After 24, every day is like, you know, like a fun new, you just sort of spin a wheel and you get like some fun pain. Some days it's just like a headache and that's fine. You know, that's That's like a pretty okay one. If it's like a light headache, you know? The bad ones are whenever you like wake up and you like don't know why your like back hurts or your like hips or your knees. Ugh. Those are the worst. You just like get up. You have to be careful sneezing or making your bed. 24. Yeah, well, I'm not 24. I'm saying after 24. I will listen more. Sucks I can't contribute more. At least I have my dollar store reading goggles on. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, watching the stream is great. I appreciate it. Yeah, busting a river, pulling a muscle while sneezing. Yeah, yeah. If I sneeze and I'm loud about it, I'm fine. But if I try and hold back my sneeze, it hurts. Okay, Chocode, I'm refunding your... Actually, I'm stealing your points. I did the best I could. I completed your challenge, I think. Music, why'd you stop? Oh. Never sneeze while popping. Or while pooping. Yeah, it's slightly different. I'm mid-30s, so I fear getting out of bed in the morning. I mean, they are home with their families now. But yeah, a criminal group is stealing mutant children. This isn't common knowledge. Whose birthday is it? Ah, happy birthday. 40 tomorrow. Happy 40th. Halfway. You get to have that fun midlife crisis. I hope you enjoy it. Get something fun, you know? I think the classic is like a red sports car. That's annoying. And it's expensive. Get something dumb. Get like, instead of getting a red sports car, get like the setup to one of the like the really nice racing game chairs where you're like, you have like the bucket seat, the like really nice steering wheel, the gear shifters, and like the big curved monitor in front of you and everything. Do something like that. Get yourself in like a nice fun hobby. Get like really into woodworking or something. Miss Albright shakes her head slowly, her eyes wide with a mixture of disbelief and dawning horror. Common knowledge, she whispers, the question laced with a bitter irony. No, Mr. Kinetic, it is absolutely not common knowledge. Not in the way it should be, anyways. She leans forward, her eyes dropping as if sharing a secret. In my line of work, we see trends, patterns, an uptick in missing persons reports, especially among vulnerable youth. Whispers from the streets, from our clients, about strange disappearances, about collectors. But officially, it's often dismissed as runaways or gang activity or just the unfortunate realities of a harsh city. There's so much prejudice, so much denial about anything that touches on mutant issues. She gestures around the empty office, a stark illustration of the lack of resources. We will file reports, we try to investigate, but without concrete evidence, without official channels taking it seriously, it just gets buried. A criminal group systematically stealing mutant children? That's an accusation that would send shockwaves through the city if proven. But without hard proof, it remains just a terrifying rumor among those affected. She looks at you, then Maria, a grim realization settling on her face. You and Maria, are that proof. Nope. Alfred Indigo, thank you for gifting a sub to Kale Haked. I'm going to sound like a butt kisser, but I bought myself messages on Everweave as a present to myself. That's great. I hope they bring you much joy. A 1,000 messages is just not enough. Nope. But there is a warehouse where they were using just 4 hours ago to ship children out of the city. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to be reading it as Harley. Nope. But there is a warehouse that they were using just 4 hours ago to ship children out of the city. They have logs and stuff there, probably. They should probably work. It's at the old paper mill. Miss Albright stares at you, her jaw slightly agape. The initial shock gives way to a look of fierce, almost desperate determination. Her eyes, usually clouded with a weariness, now sparkle with a sudden potent energy. She pushes herself fully upright, her cardigan wrinkling further, and gestures wildly towards a computer. A warehouse? Logs? Children being shipped out of the city from a paper mill? She exclaims, her voice rising in pitch. Mr. Kinetic, that is precisely the kind of actionable intelligence we need! The paper mill, you say? Not the textile mill where you found Maria? Her mind is clearly racing, connecting dots where previously invisible in the bureaucratic fog. This isn't just heresy? Hearsay? Sorry. This isn't just hearsay? Heresy. This isn't just hearsay? This is a lead, a crime scene. You found 6 children and you know where they were planning to move others? This is huge, absolutely huge. That changes everything. We can get evidence from the paper mill. She trails off, already imagining reports she could file, the leverage she could gain. We need to get the authorities here immediately. Okay, if you ever see this in your game, this like slash nair, this is not an issue. The DM sometimes like doesn't read the queue right, and it gets like ignored, and so it posts it in your chat. Unless this shows up like every other message, unless you're getting this like all the time, it's not something to worry about. If you're getting it all the time, then you could be having a desync issue. We haven't had people with desync issues for quite some time, so it's very rare now. It used to be really common. It's not common anymore. So if you see it, don't be too worried. If you're still able to play the game and not having issues, you should be good to go. If it is a desync issue, unfortunately, the character is basically like down for a couple of days while our team handles your character and then like fixes the desync, and then you're good to go again. But usually that's no longer the case, so shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, I'm going to tell this lady it actually is the textile mill. I totally forgot. I think we have low intelligence. We do. So this makes sense. Miss Albright sorry. Sorry. It is the textile mill. I thought textiles and paper were the same thing. Miss Albright stops mid-sentence, her excited expression freezing as your correction registers. Her shoulders slump slightly as she lets out a small, almost comical huff of air. The textile mill, she repeats slowly, a hand once again moving to massage her temples. Right. Not paper, my apologies. It's late, and you're quite a lot to take in. Despite the minor correction, her resolve remains firm. The textile mill, then, she clarifies, nodding decisively. Regardless, it's still a location, a place where we can potentially find evidence, logs, anything that can prove what these collectors are doing. She turns back to her computer, her fingers flying across the keyboard with renewed vigor. I'm going to make some calls. This kind of lead needs to go to the right people, and it needs to be handled delicately. Given the political climate around mutants, a direct police raid might cause more problems than it solves. We need an investigation unit, one that understands the nuances of this situation. I can't promise anything immediate tonight, Mr. Kinetic, but I assure you this information will not be ignored. So many mills around here. I forgot that it was a textile mill. I remember someone spoke about paper mills to me the other day, like yesterday or something. And so I was thinking of paper mills. And then and then I said paper mill, and then she said, "Oh, it's not a textile mill." And I was like, "Oh, it was a textile mill." But it's easy enough to say that he doesn't know what the difference is because he's not very smart. Okay. Let's do it. It's trivia time. Is there time for another challenge? Nah, it's trivia time. We're thoroughly in trivia time. Look. It's a cat. He has a little medal. Huh? If you go into the emojis and you scroll down from my page and go to the hype train, Twitch hype train, you'll see them all there. Those are the ones that we've earned for the channel.
Oh, I guess I'm not subbed, so I can't see it.
Oh, do you have to be subbed to see the hype train ones?
Oh wait, no, I am subbed. I don't know how to find it.
Scroll down.
It's yours.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All the way up? Those are mine. Scroll. Hey, that's all the way up? Weird.
alright.
And it's not on the side there for you? Yeah, mine shows as like a little Twitch hype train.
Yeah. Not, report it.
The-
Other people don't have it. Oh, she builds monsters.
Yeah. Some people have it. Oh, maybe if you contribute to the hype train.
Oh, that's
Okay. Let me grab some codes. What type of bond is easily broken by the presence of a solvent, namely water? It's in the chat. What type of bond is easily broken by the presence of a solvent, namely water? Fresh avocado, ionic is correct. Ionic, I don't know, is correct. Ions dissolve in water. Covalent bonds don't dissolve in water. They're not easily broken. They usually require some sort of catalyst to happen, to break, or an enzyme, which is in and of itself like a super catalyst. You are unable to whisper this user. Well, fresh avocado, I cannot whisper you for some reason. I know, it says I can't. Can you try whispering me? We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Remember, proper nouns must be spelled correctly. In One Piece, what is the first and last name of the Straw Hat's swordsman? Okay, Torik is the first to spell it correctly.
I have whispers with fresh avocado if you send me the code.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, it let me send it to them. For some reason I cannot send it to Fresh Avocado. Where are you at? There you are. It said I couldn't follow them either.
They said that you were a user that does not exist.
A user that does not exist?
Yeah.
Weird. I think they might have accidentally blocked me.
Did you send it to me
Yeah.
on Discord?
No.
Oh.
On Twitch.
Oh. Okay.
It's way easier that way. Can I ask a trivia? You have to pay for it. There's a channel point payment thing that you can do. I think it's 2,000. Let me see. It's no. Yes, 2,000. Ask the chat a trivia question. It's 2,000. Channel points. What is the largest city in the United States by population? New York City is correct, Lando. New York City. There you are, Lando. When did I become the community manager? Month and year, please. She Builds Monsters, October of last year is correct. What is the breed of the cat that lives in my house? Groundhog Orange Tabby is correct. Karma jumped up and started bothering me whenever you left. He was like, you cannot type on the keyboard. I'm so glad I hadn't taken a drink yet. Stupid. uh. There's a lot of good, just like if you were hanging out in the stream questions today. What is my favorite flavor of ice cream? I'm going to give it to Crazy Red Simpkins for Rocky Road. That is correct. I do like to add nuts to it, though. With pecans is a more complete answer, but all the nuts is great. Rocky Road extra nuts, that's right. What flavor of ice cream did Marushard's mom bring her? Mint chip is correct. Sailor Planetos, mint is not the full answer, Zed. So sorry. How did Maru not get that? Maru said that they weren't playing. Thanks for the call. She builds monsters, loves little blank creatures. Fill in the blank. Bat. Oh, come on, folks. Illurinai, fluffy moths is correct. Moths is the answer I was looking for, but fluffy moths is accepted. A lot of trivia just for those, just rewarding people who were here earlier in the stream. If you were here earlier, you'd know these. Oh, someone wants to ask the chat a trivia question. Oh, Lenino, who won your trivia? Huh? Fool?
Yeah, or something.
Oh, full 789? Here you are, fool. What? Who was the last pharaoh of the Ptolemaic Egypt? Is it Cleopatra? The dead one. Julius Caesar. Is anyone getting this? She builds monsters. Could you DM me the answer so we know what we're looking for here?
I'm pretty sure that good stuff.
Did she ask the question and then just like leave?
I guess so. I guess you can answer when she gets back.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm being told it's Cleopatra the Seventh. So we're gonna go Sailor Planetos, but Sailor Planetos already got it. So push Craw. There you are. Why do people float on the Dead Sea? Give the answer in a sentence, or a clause will do too. Oh man. Wow. Ooh. What do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think fulfilled the prompt?
I think
Salt content doesn't even sound like a clause.
salt content. No, it's not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
It's filled with more salt? That's close. I think that's close to a clause.
That's definitely.
It is filled with more salt. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Shady8005 is going to get it with their clause. It's filled with more salt. That's why.
That's a full sentence. Well, I didn't put a period on it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's perfectly fine.
It is filled with more salt. I don't know what you were basing it off of, but it is more, for sure. Phone died immediately upon posting. Jarl got it right. It was Happy Women's History. No question. We went with the more specific answer of Cleopatra the 7th. So someone else got it. I deny Jarl the win.
Did you just say Cleopatra?
Yes. What are babies missing that explains why Peekaboo is a fun game for them? Babies are missing a face or nose. I don't think so. Logic. Face recognition. Object permanence is correct. Willow therein. Willow Theron? Okay. Last one. What culture does Jarl Scavenger's title come from? Viking culture is correct. I'll accept it. Nordic is also fine. All right, that's the last one. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you all for joining the stream. I had fun. I hope you had fun. Happy birthday to our members in the chat who are having their birthdays today and tomorrow. Appreciate you all. Give kitty scratches. No. Okay. Thank you, Shoe Boots Monsters. All right. Bye, everyone. Good night. My health is good. I have a headache, but it's fine. All right. Bye.